Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. This time we have the excellent XM Studios Jean Grey Phoenix statue in quarter scale. So hang on, before we go to the review, let's go back in time to the beginning to do a semi-unboxing, okay? You like it today, so hang on. Okay, so here we have the top of the box. Standard XM box, black with protective cornering, hard cardstock, and I got this little present from UPS. Thanks UPS. So other than that, the box is well designed, like every other XM boxes. So other than this eyesore right here, everything's good. And moving over to the inside of the box, you have your standard Velcro strap, and then you get a little bit info on Jean Grey, and then if you spin the box around to the other side, let's see, you have some info on the studio, the sculptor, and the other good stuff. Okay, so let's open up the styrofoam and see what's inside. Okay, like the other XM releases, you get the bottom styrofoam and the top styrofoam after removing the cover. So sorry, the top styrofoam you're gonna get mostly the bird, phoenix bird, with all the flame, and then the bottom you get Jean Grey, the base, the three heads, and of course the belt and the sash. Okay, before we assemble this, we'll have to go to the standard art print that XM Studios include, and then of course some registration info, and of course like the Wolverine last time, this one will show you how to place the parts back if you ever want to box it up. And after having opened this before, the wings are pretty tricky to put back in place, so just pay attention. Well, if you've had it out for a while, then you're going to need this, okay? So that's the jacket that the print comes with. It's a really nice print. Okay, so let's start assembling it. Alright, so here we have the base. I have to say this base is very heavy. Feels like it's built out of a block of rock or something. And it's actually heavier than some full-size quarter-scale statues from the other companies. Okay, so it looks like it's a chess piece from a Sentinel that Jean Grey just totally demolished. So it's a little bit hard to tell, but I think that's what it is. Okay, so this will be the front. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the front. Okay, so we'll go ahead and assemble the other part of the statue. And after having gone through the assembly, the first thing you should assemble, and I highly recommend, are the wings and the phoenix bird. Okay, so we'll get that. Okay, before assembling, I just wanted to let you guys see that there's a notch right in here that connects with that right there, and then you're gonna try to simultaneously put these two points right there, the notch and that hole right there, together. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn the camera off because I'm doing this by myself, so I won't be able to show you the actual assembling part. Okay, so I'll get it on in a jiffy. We have the bird assembled. This is the part I was telling you guys about, right there. You can semi-see the peg that's going straight through. Okay. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and attach the wings. The bird and the wings are made of clear resin, so that as you can see with sunlight, it bounces off nicely like the bird's on flame. Okay, so and then this is the knee part. Usually you just have a magnet or a peg. This one has both a magnet and a peg, so that's where you're gonna stick it right into there. Okay, so I gotta put the camera down to assemble it, and then the other wings is that, and then when you go over here, you can see where it's attached to. Where is it? Right there. Okay, so as you can see with sunlight or any light, it looks really nice. Okay, that's with the bird assembled, and let me get you a closer look. The flame is really nice, especially I'm really glad they went with the clear resin. I think originally on the forums they showcased the bird with the solid resin, which is nice. It's just personal preference. But this one with the any light source hitting it, it looks like it's real flame, as you can see. And the bird is nicely detailed. The only thing about the clear resin is, I don't know if you can see it right there. You see the black pegs that's connecting it. And then of course right there. So with clear resin you're going to see something like that. I suppose it's a slight oversight. They could have made the peg like some form of red color instead of just standard black metal. So just paint it red like the bird, red and orange or something like that, and it would have hidden it much better. Okay, so that's the only I guess complaint. But this thing's so awesome. I don't think that pulls it away. Okay, so let me take a zoom out. Man, the bird has a lot of presence. This thing is huge. It's over 30, I think 1 inches tall. So I'll do a zoom out when I put jean gray on it. So that's what it looks like. This thing is huge. I mean, it's really tall. You don't really get a good sense of it from the pictures, but the bird is pretty awesome. And I wish I had some top-down light. That would be best to display in a cabinet with the top-down. But we'll have to rely on the sunlight bouncing off the snow. Okay, so there are 2 more flame pieces. So we'll assemble those before we assemble Jean Grey. Man, this thing's awesome. That's just the bird. Okay, so let's assemble the other 2 parts and then we'll get Jean Grey on there. We have 2 flame pieces, obviously big flame, right there. Just magnet connection and little flame. Okay, so what we're going to do is we take the big piece and then we're going to slip it right into there. Okay, it's just magnet, as you can see. And then this little guy is going to go strong magnet. Okay, so that's what the flame looks like. Okay, and then let me get you a closer look at these, the base with the flame. It's very convincing, especially as you have a lot of light. Like if you have LED light, white LED light, this thing looks so awesome. At least from the pictures that you can see online, but I can tell you the flame is really nice, especially if you can get some lighting sources to it. Okay, and then you don't get a lot of details because this is clear resin for the bird, but it's really nice. Okay, so let's get Jean Grey on. Real quick before I get her on, she's a 1 pegger. As you can see right there, it's a long peg that goes right into that peg hole right there. Okay, and then yeah, so let's get on and I'll explain the peg situation. I finally got Jean on, and it's a little bit tricky because you just have that 1 peg, as you can see right there. There's a slight gap, but nothing you can do, not noticeable. Okay, so that's with the body, and you have to attach the head and the arm. Okay, so the only thing I would say is, although the one peg would imply that in the future it's going to lean, two things going for this statue that I don't think you should worry about. One is this is made out of porcelain and not resin. Porcelain's a little bit harder, so you're not going to have a lot of flex like resin would. And then the other thing is, if you've been following from the beginning on the forum, the peg normally, unlike Sideshow, where it only goes up to maybe the calf, okay, and then over time you're going to get leaning or cracking. But these guys, XM, they did a, I guess, an internal look, and the peg actually goes from the bottom all the way up the leg, all the way to the hip, okay? So you're pretty safe there. Although from a design perspective, what they could have done was do maybe the flame coming out a little bit more somewhere down here, just to give it another support, okay? Right there for the leg. But then it wouldn't look as good as this. I mean, that, it just looks like she's floating or she's about to take off. Okay, so now we're going to attach the arms and the sash, and then the head, and then we'll get a 360. Okay, this is the left arm, standard left arm magnet. So what you're going to do is you're just going to attach in there, strong magnet, so we're good. Left arm, again, industry magnet. And then the sash is not a magnet, it's just got a hole right there and a peg. Okay, so just gonna stick it in there. Bam. There it is. And now we're gonna attach the head. We'll go from the young Jean Grey all the way to the angry head. And I think I have a theory why XM did it that way. It's pretty clever, I like it, but we'll get to that. Okay, so we'll start out with the young Jean Grey head. Okay. Before putting on the heads, I wanted you guys to see, this is the young Jean Grey. Like, you know, she had first enrolled in the Professor Xavier school, and then this is the regular Jean Grey head. This is actually the solicited piece or head that when XM first put this up for pre-order, okay? And then the other two heads, that one, the young and the angry head, is actually bonuses, okay? And then this is the angry head that I think most people will display it with. As you can see, the white eyes, okay? So about the three heads. As you can see, it's sort of like a transition. This is the young Jean Grey, innocent, first started out at the school, transitioning into the adult Jean Grey, as you can see. And then this is the angry Jean Grey, just right before she turns into the Dark Phoenix, okay? So if you look at it from that perspective with the three heads, that's pretty clever. You can see the transition of Jean Grey from her youth all the way to just before the Dark Phoenix. Okay, so I don't know if XM had that in mind when they gave us the three head, but if they did, that's pretty clever, and yeah, I really appreciate that. So let's get the young head, and then we'll go with the a mature, and then finally the angry head. Okay, and as you can see, the three head details and style, it's just a little bit different. Now, a lot of people have an issue with this head. They don't think it's as it was solicited originally. It's the same head according to XM, and looking at it, it is the same head. It's just that the problem is, I think it lacks the details of the first, the young head and the angry head. Okay, so as you can see, I think it's in the hair. You get it looks like it's just a mop. It lacks a lot of the fine detail. There's nothing wrong with the head itself. So I don't know if people are just looking at the pictures. They may not have an actual statue to look at. As you can see, it's really nice. I mean, the eyes are bigger than when it was solicited. The original piece, it looks different because the eyes were a little bit beadier. These are larger eyes, okay? So it gives you the perception of different heads, but it's not. It's the same head. And then as you can see, compared to the angry head, um, it's got a lot of details in the hair. As you can see, it's got a lot more strand. So it looks like the original head it lacks a lot of details in the hair. So it gives it more of that cartoonish look. And then going to the angry head, there's a lot of, sculpted in hair lines, as you can see. And then I think that's too much. Um, the regular head has too little details. And then surprisingly, the young head has just the right amount of details. But I don't prefer this head um, because when I started reading comic books, it's more like the medium head and the angry head, but not the very young head. Okay, so in terms of the best head, it's probably this one, combining details and um, looks on it. Okay, so let's get the young head on, and then we'll do a 360. Okay, with the head, the young head on, that's what it looks like. Okay, it's actually very good. I didn't like it from the, I guess, preview, but in reality, when you get it, it's a very pretty head. And I think, like I said earlier, the hair is just done just right. It's not too detailed, and it's not too lack of detail, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what the sash looks like, flowing to the back. Okay, like this, she's got some form of boots on. The high heels aren't too high. Too often time nowadays, the sculptor sculpts the boots too high, like high heels. Looking at 4 or 5 inch high heels, which is ridiculous. But this is well done. Oh, and this is all sculpted. There's no mixed media in this one. Okay. Okay, so we got the flame coming out of the Sentinel's chest. And I gotta tell you, if I haven't said it before, the bird is huge. I mean, this thing is what the bird's what makes this piece go. It's got a lot of presence. Okay. And I haven't found any flaws paint-wise yet. And get you guys a closer look. And then let's do a zoom out so you can get a 360 of this. Okay guys, here comes the 360. It's pretty impressive when you have some form of external lighting. Of course, the best would be if it comes from top down, if you have it in a display case. And this piece would be more impressive if you somehow have a automatic carousel that just does it. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is switch out the other two heads and then give you a 360 and then we'll zoom in, okay? Okay, this is with the regular Jean Grey, the original pre-order head. So we'll do a 360 with this. The hair's really done nicely, it's just that I wish it would be a little bit more detail. Then I don't think people would complain as much. But I think most people complaining haven't really seen this in real life. They've seen videos or worse pictures, and it doesn't really show the quality of the head. And then of course this is the shot that you would want to display it at, okay, because she's looking to the side. Now we'll go back one. Okay, so let me get you guys a zoom in on the pre-ordered head. So basically, this is the original pre-order head. Okay, so this is the pre-order head. As you can see, it's coming through pretty good. I don't know what the complaint is about this head. It looks exactly like the pre-order. Okay, like I said before, the eyes are bigger than the pre-order one. It was kind of beady eyes, so maybe people perceive it as being different, but it's not. Okay, so this is actually very good. All three heads are good. I just like this one the most out of the three, and I'll attach the angry head for you. And as you can see, the hair, it's okay. Could use a little bit more detail, but I'm sure you can put that in yourself if you want. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with this head. It's quite good. Okay, so I'll put on the other head and then we'll do the 360 and we'll go to the scorecard. Okay, so this is the third bonus head. Probably everybody's favorite, the angry head. And it looks really good. The only thing that I would change about it, well, it's too late now, is you can see the hairline. It's a little bit too low to your forehead. So other than that, it's pretty good. And we'll get a 360 for you. This is right before she turns evil and converting to the Dark Phoenix. You can actually get away with converting this to a Dark Phoenix using this head. And I can't believe how the bird actually works out pretty well being clear resin. With a lot of lighting sources, it lights up, as you can see, like real flame. Okay, so let me get you guys a closer look at the angry or the third head. That's what it looks like. It's pretty flawless other than the aforementioned lower hairline. And of course this one they went with the white eyes, which would be that usually represent power in the comic books. And then I'm so glad the other two they didn't go with white eyes, so this is more appropriate. Okay, so the hair is up, as you can see. So all three heads are good. And I'll probably switch out between this and the regular head, but not the young one. The young one's okay, I just don't like it as much. And there you have it. Okay, so let's go to the scorecard, and then we'll see how this ranks. Okay, so I guess we can start out with the sculpting. This piece is near perfect with just a few things that kept it from getting a perfect score. Well, as you can see, the overall, the bird, the sculpting is awesome. Okay, it looks like it's a flame bird coming out. And then the overall Jean Grey sculpt is pretty good. The only thing I don't like is her legs are a little bit too long. You may not see this in the video, but if you look at it in real life, I think it's a little bit too elongated. And of course, with the two heads, the regular and the angry head, the hairline's too low. Okay. Other than that, sculpting is very good on this. I did not find any other flaws. And of course, you for you pervs out there. That's what it looks like. Okay. So the bird's fine. Changing to the resin, clear resin, made this piece pop more. Especially if you have a lot of lighting. Top down, like I said before. Like that. Alright, sorry about that. The HVAC came on and it's making a lot of noise. So, like I was saying, the overall sculpting is just awesome. There's only a few flaws that I've mentioned. So other than that, you can't go wrong with this piece. As you can see, the bird's pretty awesome. So this is a definitely strong 9 out of 10. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just that, like I said, the head sculpt, the hairline's a little bit too low. Like on this one, the regular. Needs to be up a little. And of course on that one. If you don't care for it, then it's probably a 10 out of 10. But I do. And the legs are a little bit too long. Other than that, I did not find any flaws in it. Okay. For our next category, we're going to go with fit and finish. That means that paint app, or if this was a mixed media, how well it was done, with cloth or whatever. Okay, so I did not see any major flaw with this. As you can see, the paint app looks pretty good. It looks like it's a sentinel's head, and this part it looks like it's got burnt as the phoenix is rising out of it. Okay, and then it's got a lot of details. It's pretty heavy too, if I didn't mention that before. So I did not find any major flaw with this piece paint wise, and I'm so glad they went with the clear resin. As you can see, the bird just pops. And the more lighting you have on this, the better it's gonna pop. Okay, so for fit and finish, this is a 10 out of 10. No flaws, at least on my piece that I could tell. Now I'm sure if you go through it millimeter by millimeter, you're gonna find something. But this is with XM quality, this is as good of a final product as you're gonna get. Okay, no other companies is gonna give you this. It's awesome when you get it. I'm not saying 100% that you're gonna get a perfect piece every time, but you're gonna get something good. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it like the other companies, where something shows up where it's not as advertised. So we don't need to mention their names. Okay, so the next category we have is the art direction. I love this piece. This is not the most original. Obviously, I think Bowen Designs did a Jean Grey, but that was weak compared to the Phoenix Bird on this one. So I don't think you can beat this art direction wise. This is it. Somebody may be able to do a bigger bird, but like I said before, this is already coming in at 31 inches each, ish. So to go bigger bird, which I think with the Dark Phoenix, they're gonna have to go like humongous, like crazy bird. I can't wait for that to happen. But yeah, the art direction on this, she's floating, and the bird's coming out. It's just wild. So art direction, 10 out of 10. No disputing this one. Okay, and then the next category we have is accessories. That means that it combines switch out parts. This time we have 3 heads. That one, this one, and of course the one being on display. And any the base. For example, with PCS, you get like a round or oval black base. So that's not good accessories right there. This one, come on, look at it. It's a freaking bird that's coming out of the sentinel chest. Okay, so I don't see how you can get any more accessories, to be honest. Maybe a 4th or 5th head, but there's not much else you can do. Although the only thing is, I I wish this was a lighter bird. I think during the development process, XM did solicit four members advice about doing. I think they were thinking about doing light up, with LEDs and everything. And I was for that because this bird, I mean, you need external light to have it, maximized. But imagine if it had like a LED light on the bottom, it just shined up like that. I mean, the bird would be insanely lit up. But I think a lot of people didn't want it because they were scared that the light would go out. But this is XM. Much like my last Wolverine reviews, everything is changeable. The bulbs, the battery. So, and plus, gotta keep in mind, if you don't want to use the light up, that's fine. You don't have to turn it on, and it will still look like this. But imagine if it was a lit up bird. This thing would be insane. So that's the only thing. But other than that, accessories good. Okay, so I've put on the pre-order head, the angry or calm head, whatever. It's my favorite one. So okay, so the last category we have is the source material. So when you look at this piece, you know it's Jean Grey Phoenix. Okay, so they did a very good job. The uniform. It's representative of what's been in the comic book. Okay, so the only I guess controversy, if you can say that, is the chest piece right here. It's huge. Now I'm not a X-Men connoisseur. I just read the X-Men. But some foreign members have said that this piece should be smaller, like maybe to there, instead of being like this huge piece. But somebody also said that it grew bigger and bigger and bigger before Jean Grey turned into the Dark Phoenix. So I mean, if you team that with this head, the angry head, then yeah, you can say she's virtually there. But I think this is a conscious decision on XM's part because if you look at the overall statue, there's only two color, gold and green, and there isn't a lot of texture detail like the Magneto one. This was just like a bodysuit, okay? So I think it's a conscious decision on XM's part because this gives it more pop, as you can see. Now imagine if this was done as a smaller bird, then it'll be like right here. Then you get like a bunch of green all around it. It would be kind of boring. So I think they did it on purpose so that you get more pop in the uniform. Okay, so that's just my theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm gonna stick with that. So it's okay. What I would like to have happen is this thing be big, but it'll be like maybe up to there. Get like a medium sized one instead. This is kind of too big. So other than that, the art direction is good. Again, 10 out of 10. I did not see anything wrong with it. So we're down to our overall score. This is on an average. I would give this piece a 9.5 out of 10. It's overall an excellent piece, as you can see. There's nothing really wrong with it. The sculpting is good. Could have been a little bit better, but that's just my personal preference. You get the three heads. So accessories good. Originally you were only supposed to get this head, and I know people complain about how it's not the pre-order head. It is the pre-order head. XM's been telling you that. The only thing is, like I said, if you follow from the beginning, the eyes are a little bit bigger, like people wanted, green eyes, or yeah, green eyes. So if you looked at the old pictures, the original pre-order head's exactly like this, except this part was missing some hair, and then the eyes were beadier, so it looks like she's very angry. This one you get a semi-angry look, but it's the same head. So I don't know if people keep pounding on this, like saying it's no good, if they didn't get one, because this one sold out pretty quickly. So they're just poo-pooing on it, or if they have some form of agenda. But I can tell you, this overall piece is an excellent piece. If you can get your hands on it, do so. It's pretty reasonable. It's like you can get it for like a little bit over 1,000. aftermarket. It's not something crazy like Magneto. That's just going out of reach. Okay, so overall 10 out of 10. Oh, I almost forgot. When I first got the box, I did weigh it with all the contents, okay, with the black cardboard, the shipping box, the statue itself, obviously. It weighs in on a bathroom scale, 46.7 pounds. So that's pretty heavy. And most of it, like I said before, is in the base itself, okay? So the statue is heavy. It's solid resin, because it's a smaller statue, so they wouldn't make it hollow. And I believe this thing is solid. That's why it lends to its 46.7 pounds. So if you subtract out around, what, 8 pounds for the packaging, you're looking at probably a 38 pound-ish statue when put together with the three heads. So that's, quality. I know weight doesn't indicate quality all the time, but you want solid pieces, because having hollow pieces, there are better chances of it cracking and breaking than having a solid piece. Okay, so overall, very good. I would highly recommend this. I think they are sold out, but you can get it for a reasonable price, if you can call it that. But this is the only piece that you would ever get. And it's so well built now that you can actually convert it to a Dark Phoenix if you would like. And yeah, you can use the third head. Just repaint it, I guess, red and black, and then have at it. Okay. And I just can't get over the bird. It's just so awesome. So now, I don't normally comment on other companies' pieces that are similar. Like, for example, Sideshow has their own Phoenix. This one trumps it. There's no question. And I think Sideshow just came out with a Dark Phoenix that looks pretty good. And people are always, you got diehard fans poo-pooing this piece and stuff. I believe most of them have never seen this in real life. So and most people don't like the heads. There's nothing wrong with the heads. Keep in mind this is based on a comic book version, and I think Sideshow does. Sorry about that. Sideshow does the more realistic approach, but the heads are all good here. Nothing wrong with it. And I usually prefer mine comic based rather than realistic, because if I wanted realism, I'll get a movie statue instead of comic. Okay, so I'll give you another 360 from a different viewing angle, and then that would be it. Before I wrap up, just letting you know, there was a silver plated coin that also came with this piece. I didn't get one. I'm making a sad face, but you guys can't see it. So no silver coin for me. I don't know what one looks like to show you, so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick 360 from a different lighting angle. So and then we'll just finish up. Okay. Okay, I thought I'd give you another 360. This thing is like huge. It's got nice presence, different angle, so you can see a different lighting, especially on the bird. Okay. Okay, that's with the pre-order head. Okay. Same angle as last time. The young Jean Grey head. All three heads are really winners, so you can display the one that you like the most. Okay, so now we're gonna do the angry head. Okay, finally we have probably everybody's favorite angry head. Okay, there you have it. And thank you for watching. And I should be getting the Thanos and Miss Marvel in sometimes, hopefully within the next few weeks. And then we'll get those on. I can't wait. I think Black Bolt is coming also. So there you have it. This is still available. I would highly recommend you go ahead and get it, okay? Before prices go up. All right, thank you for watching and see you next time.